Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town. So, last episode obviously we got this wonderful train system going, delivering our food to our food market, which is working pretty good. I do think I need a few more trains down here, however, because I don't think we're grabbing enough food to do anything, especially if we're going to put medicine here as well, which I think we will do, and then the general goods and speciality will probably be on the other side, although I'm not quite sure because this is quite a thin area, but we'll figure it out. But speciality, no, general goods is something I want to try and get done today, so we can actually have something else going. More people being happy, at least hopefully. So, how do we want to do that? Well, we've got cloth being made here, which is quite useful. I'm not really sure you should be enabled, but you're not. Well, you should be enabled. Let's toggle that one on, shall we, and get the cloth going. Not quite sure what's going on there with that one. But hopefully that will grab some cloth and start us making some more cloth. So, general goods. Let's grab a workshop and put one down here and see what we can make. What do people want for general goods? That's a good question. Let's have a look-see. They want some form of materials, clothing, tools, and gadgets. I mean, right now we're only giving them one type of food, I believe. Meat. We aren't giving them any fruit and vegetables or dairy. We could do that, although I don't think we're ever going to use enough cheese. Have I got that set up like that anyway? I cannot remember. You're doing flour. You're doing cheese. Yes, I have. Yep, that has got cheese in it. So just a case of getting more going down there. Hello, what happened here? You ran. Ah, that time was too long. I thought so. Right. Turn around. There we go. Right, so we do definitely need a stop in here, because this is not working. We need a stop that makes it longer than that, but we need it to be... well, if we're going to do food and medicine, then that barn and that barn are probably going to be removed. So I could do it here on the end. That would probably work. Yeah, let's remove our speciality goods. And we will put in a rail stop instead. Now, let me remember how to do these, because my brain forgets. Oh, and I'm probably going to have to toggle one of these as well. So let's fire that off. He says optimistically. Apparently not. There we go. Right. That one's working, and this one didn't have anyone stopped at it. So, yeah, okay. There we go. So, yeah, definitely if someone stops at one of these carts, it's going to... If a cart is stopped at one of these when you reload the game, you've got to go around and check it. Which is a little annoying, if I'm honest with you. It would be nice if you could figure that out, but then that's not the way the agent triggers and things work, so... Nah. Okay, so let's grab a gate, grab a toggle, a agent trigger, and 2 timers. Okay. So we want that one set to 5 seconds, was it? Or was it? I think 2 seconds might work for this one. 0.5 for that one. There we go. Agent trigger, you are to look at that block. And you are to trigger the 2 second timer. The 2 second timer triggers the toggle and that timer. And the toggle triggers that. And you trigger that. Okay. Now I toggle that one there. And off you go. Okay. And all of these come to a halt again. But hopefully that should now fix it. That should split them up by 2 seconds. It's definitely long enough for that to go off. That seems like it's holding for a lot longer. Ah, because this is set to exit, isn't it? So let's put it back on enter. There we go. Now they're all spread out enough for this to work. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 of them on there. That'll do. Right. So, as I was saying, right, what goods do you want here? What can we make? I mean, we could give them wool and cloth. That's not a problem. It is a bit weird they all have the number 1 next to them. As far as I understand it, that's not how it actually works. Providing them with, say, for instance, well, here, providing them with the sandwich is better than giving them flour or grain because the sandwich lasts longer. So, I'm not quite sure on that one. They just haven't got any fruits. That can be done. That can be easily solved by literally just grabbing a fruit tree, I suppose, and come along and drop it off. I did want to change this system here as well, I remember saying, but this does appear to be kind of working now. I've changed the timer on it, so I'm going to leave it be and sort of keep glancing back at it and see what it is. But last time we were making cloaks, and I kind of want to go down that route again. Cloaks seem like a good idea. They require leather and they require cloth, which is fairly easy to make. And they sell for 8. What are we currently selling? I think we're only getting red and yellow in, aren't we? I believe that's all we're getting in. You sell for yellow. You're now cheese for some reason. Apparently they don't sell at all. Is somewhat confusing. Yeah, not really sure what's going on there. Cheese and cooked fish. What don't you have to make? You don't have bread. Why do you not have bread? Why is that red? I think there is a bit of an issue here with this, with the whole sending people up and back down again. I think if a cart is on a trigger when you save the game, it causes obviously the trigger would fire and then would turn these things off, or might turn it off. Then when it's come back up again, if you save the game whilst it's on there, come back in, the trigger is inactive, so the offset is permanently set to off and doesn't come back on again. So yeah, that's a bit of an issue. So what I'm going to actually do here is I am going to change this up. So I'm going to put a I'm going to remove all this. Don't need that. Don't need that row. I can leave those there for the minute. Not the most ideal place for them, I'll be honest. But they're still working. They're still linked up to this, so I'm just going to leave them for a minute. I could move them over, but we'll just leave it for the time being. Now, when we come along, we will just drop off goods into these as and when we get to them. They won't matter in any way, shape, or form. So I don't have to worry about carts going past that can't drop their goods off, because the way is like here, or like here, for instance. 2 carts come down here. That triggers send one down to this barn here and turns off that, so another one doesn't follow it, which means the second one comes along and doesn't dump in this barn here and might go all the way around the entire track, come back in. So that's something I wanted to change there. I might do that, but then I'm also thinking I might move the pastures, because that's going to be a very interesting track if I did that. But I don't know. I don't know if that will. But that'll drop. So drop-offs we can have direct, whereas pickups we definitely want on this sort of system, so that we can turn the pickups off, because you can't turn rail stops off, which would be nice. It would be very nice if you could do that. And I know this drop-off works because obviously this barn here is working. So now we're going to be getting some coal doing things. So there we go. Hopefully that will speed things up, make things a bit smoother. We'll see. We'll see. Here as well, this is a drop-off. So, I mean, what I could do for this one, I could technically do that. And I could say, you are going to be wool and wool. That's not wool, that's cotton, but that doesn't matter. You are going to be wool and wool. Then we'll put a rail stop in there and then remove this here. Not required at all. And we can just move these to here. Which again is not ideal because obviously we could do with that being closer by. But with this sort of system I can do a barn, I could do another drop off there for something else and then put another workshop here and have a rail come up. I could do kind of like the idea of the rails going up the way I had it before. You know, I was just thinking there for a minute, I could put this barn up here and have the drop off, picks up here, drops off up there, and then move this line up to here. Then I thought there's no way to drop things off. Then I could build a second line up here and say only empty carts go up. And then move this to here, so only empty carts come along and join. Which would work. Well, we'll leave it as it is for the minute and figure it out after. I'm also thinking there might be something we want to do here. This is not ideal. This is not ideal. We're getting obviously the sandwiches in here, but I'm kind of thinking I want to take fish off the menu here, and then put fish into its own kitchen. But you stop. So we will rotate that back around again, just have it empty out. Because if I can put fish over here, for instance, in its own kitchen, and then have another kitchen here for fish. Cooked fish is something that's quite easy to make, so never going to cause a problem. And then that way this barn can be set to sandwiches, bread, cheese and chicken. And then it can have one slot for each, and that barn then makes sense. Okay, so in order to get cloaks over to here, cloak requires cloth and leather. We have both of those. We have cloth here, and we have leather here. So we've got all the goods we need. We just need to bring them over and drop them off in the right places. Now, I'd like to be able to filter this out so that only carts can go up there if they have... I was going to say food stuff, but that wouldn't really work. Because we also need coal and cloth. So, I suppose instead of that, if we were to go... I don't want to build the cloaks over here and transport them along. That seems wrong. I want to put them over here and then drop them in a general good barn on this side of the track. Let's put you there. Why not? You're going to be set to general goods, just to make sure I don't muck anything up. And you're going to want to have probably your own rail system, and then I could do it here, but that's quite small. I do think I've got an issue where I don't have enough space already. I've got loads of space here, but not up there, and things are not ideal. So let's just build it and see what happens, shall we? We can extend the food stuff later if we need to. So right, so let's clear out these trees and crystals here. Like so. Let's put in a barn, we'll say there, and we'll put in a workshop there. And another barn. Don't leave one gap between them. Yep, let's stay conforming, shall we? There we go. Right, then you are going to make cloaks. Although you could also make shirts, although you can make warm cloaks. Warm cloaks would be interesting. Ooh. Shall we go straight for the warm cloaks? I think we shall. I think we shall. Okay, so what do we need for warm cloaks? Let's see. We need shirts, we need leather, and we need wool. So, if I tick that one, how much space did I give between them? 2. Another one there, and I don't think I need another barn like that. So you do not require fuel. You're going to make cloak. Then we're going to need another one, which is going to make yeah, I do not have enough space for this. Yeah, I do not have enough space to build down here for things. So do I want to build along? Is that what I want to do? I'm really not sure. Got a few more there for food, I suppose. If I go down here, that's going to make life really awkward for... I could always move this iron production further down, because at the moment we're just making nothing here, and I am sending iron along here anyway. Made an enormous amount of iron. Sending iron plates down, I could make... I think we may do that, but not right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here, which I probably shouldn't do, but I really shouldn't do. Nope. Let's Let's redo that. Let's try and make this a little bit symmetrical, shall we? So we're 2 blocks off from that. So 1, 2. There's where we want to be. And I know I don't have to move everything over to make everything right and yada yada yada, but there we go. That just makes life easier for me. So this train never needs to come down any further than this. I know that, but it just gives me... It looks good. I like it. Okay, right. So we want... Ideally the bottom one to be making the final recipe. So we want you to be making warm cloaks. Which means you should be making cloaks, I suppose. And you should be making shirts. So you're going to require a lot of cloth. And we are going to need 3 barns for this, because you require cloth and leather, and you require cloth, leather and shirts. You don't require cloaks. Okay, so I did not need that one. Okay, so we can shrink this down a bit then. So we're going with warm cloaks. Warm coat and their cloaks. I suppose they could wear both, couldn't they? But they sell for 12, so we'll make them instead. So you're making shirts, you are making... So you going to require cloth. And you require leather, wool and shirts. So shirts will come from there. So this is going to be set to leather and wool. Leather and wool. It's wool, yes, and wool. So it must be wool, not cotton. Right. Okay, you don't require any fuel, so we don't need to do that. So that, and we grab some rail stops. Ba-bum. Right, and then we will do that because your output can go. Actually, no, we're going to do that, and we're going to grab a pusher and do that with the bar race that way, and like so. So this one will get shirts and cloaks in it. So I want to filter this off. We'll have 2 shirts, magic robe, and we will have 2 coats, not cloaks, coats. Could also put in cloaks here. There's no reason why I couldn't do that as well, but I think just for the minute we'll stick to this. What has happened here? That's going to cause all sorts of problems there, isn't it? Yes, it is. Get out. Oh, shoot. Shoot. There we go. How strange. Not really sure what happened there. It appears this one has bugged up as well. Okay, I don't know what happened there. That was actually whilst I was playing. Both of them seemed to bug up at the same time. And I haven't stopped and reloaded the game at all. I just stopped recording for a moment to answer the door. That was it, so how strange. Okay, right, let's remove these trees here. Because we're going to have to put a bit of logic in here. And we're going to have to figure out some interesting logic as well. So, you require cloth. Okay, so we're going to have an inventory sensor and a block, and you are going to be set to greater than, no, it's less than, yeah, less than say 100. Good. and you're going to have 2 of them. So, and you're going to be that, you're linked to that, you going to be linked to that, and you're going to be looking for cloth. No, not like this. Cloth. You and you. Oh, you're going to be set to leather, and you're going to be set to wool, and it's going to be less than 50 because we've only got the one. We've only got 2 slots for them. Okay, right, less than 50. So that will go. That will do all its bits and pieces. That will be absolutely fine. That makes sense. Okay. That will all do its own job, and then we'll put in the rail system in a moment. But I need to figure out how to get cloth and leather and wool to here without mucking up the whole cloth system up here, don't I? Do I just need to put an and in? Or an or here? I think an or would make more sense. So if I was to copy that bool function and put it, say, here, I'm not really labeling what things are, which makes life complicated. So you go to that gate there. So instead of going to that one, turn that off, we're going to say you go to that one, and you go to that one, and then you go to that one. Okay. So I need to change that to be set to true somehow, because that's not going to be set to false all the time, which is not what we want. What have you got? You've got chicken. Oh, you're dropping chicken off. That's fine. Hold on. This looks wrong to me. Right, no, it comes to that one. Yeah, that's fine. Right. So stop. And what we do is we manually grab a rail cart and put it on that track there. That will grab cloth, and that will hopefully start the ball rolling. Because that'll drop off cloth there. Then this will go, oh, I'm under 10, so say true. And this will go under 10, so say true. So that will come over to this, which should then say true. If an empty minecart ever gets there. Because right now we're still sending all our minecarts down for animal feed. I think is wrong. No, something's right here. No, it's working. That's fine. Okay, so you're an empty cart. So let's pause this for a moment. So you have nothing, so you are false. Sorry, you are true. You are under 100, so you are true. So that means that bool function is set to true, which should mean that that is then triggering this one here, which is set to true, which would mean that should, in theory, got there, but doesn't. And it doesn't because I think that's toggled wrong. I'm not sure why that happened, but it did. There we go. Right, you're going to grab some as well. Awesome sauce. And then you're going to come up here. I don't need this stop here anymore. I mean, I may do for down here, But I don't actually need that stop up there anymore because there's nowhere where they can get confused and mixed up. It's just here they could grab too much coal than wanted. So let's remove that. Speed up our process a little bit. I did need to stop before any pickups, which is here. This is the ideal one for it. That I'm gonna leave and see where I get away with it. See what happens. Okay. So you're still. I suppose the only drawback to this is obviously now we're putting everything into the first barn. Nothing's going into any more. And with the ball functions, I believe it's if any are true. So that's now false, but that's still staying true because this is true. So that's still activating that, which works really well. Awesome. So we're getting our cloth over. We just need to do the same with leather. So nothing else requires leather right now. So we've got leather turned off. So instead, I can just go you to that ball function there, and then enable that, and that will bring leather along to the system. And we also need wool. Wool is being grabbed from there, which is set to true at the moment because that is true. So we're going to need another ore block. Copy. In fact, if I put that there, I'm kind of sticking them so I know where they are, what they do. You, instead of going to that one, you must go to that one, and then you must go over to that one. Okay. Right, and then all we need to do is grab minecart in the description and put it on there to grab some wool. Just to trigger the system, basically. That's all we need to do. Just start off and trigger the system. Okay, I'm not sure why you have a ball function there that doesn't go anywhere. I think I've got that on all of these, haven't I? Oh no, the ball function goes between. Yeah, is it an empty cart or is it trigger going down? So. Right. Okay, so we've got this triggering going mad like nuts here. Setting that off false all the time. Which is fine, We've got a coal cart going around, and we've got more cloth being dropped off. This is working. I just think the only drawback to it is there's not enough carts on it. Or that cloth is quite a low priority for things, but then it will balance itself out. As it fills up this with wool and leather, like it's doing now, it will say no to the leather, which will turn the leather off. It will say no to the wool, which will turn the wool off, and that will fill up and turn the wool off as well. And, sorry, that will turn off and fill the wool off, which it has done. There's hopefully. Yes. So we will then no longer require wool, which means we get more empty carts, which then mean they'll grab cloth and start doing that. So it takes a while for the system to get the goods to where it needs to go to. And you could probably build this more efficiently using conveyor belts. But this is... I think the train system is a better system because it's more expandable. It doesn't use anywhere near as much space. You imagine having, if I had it laid out like this, which I wouldn't do if I was using conveyor belts, but I'd have to get leather from here to there. Well, that's a conveyor going all the way along to there. And then wool, I'd have to take wool from here and split it, one going up here, one going down there. So that's two conveyors going that way. We've then got cloth as well, so that's a conveyor going down there and up there. And then we've got the three goods there. That's three more conveyors going up here. So you already end up with like conveyors going up and down and trying to get round themselves. So with Factorio, you can have a central beam, because essentially you have iron, copper and coal as your three main things, and everything kind of gets made from them. There are a few other things as well, but the main loop comes down, and then you have like a little factory off one side which produces your chips and produces your solar panels and stuff like that. But you just have the iron, the copper, and the coal. Whereas this doesn't. This requires coal for some main things, a bit of iron for things here, leather required for this, that for this. There's much more to this than Factorio, so it just takes a bit more planning. The way I could speed this up is quite easy, adding more minecarts to the system. That would work. I'm not sure how you have come back with wool. That's because that's full on wool. Yeah, that is going to be a bit of a problem. You're also full on wool. Why are you full on wool? Right. I made a mistake. Let's actually get that going, shall we? There we go. I'm thinking these ore blocks I should have probably put next to the AND blocks. So I know it's easy to see that because you can mouse over and see where it is, but I'm just thinking it would have made more sense to put them like this one put here. Then it could be like all of these talk to that one, and then that one talks to this one. Let's do that because that just makes life easier. Pause that. So you that block. You to that block, and then you to that block. Okay. There we go. And we've got an ore block here, which is for all of these, which makes sense. And then I've got an ore block here, haven't I, for cloth? So let's put that there and remove that and go, you connect to that, you connect to that. Nope, missed it. And then you connect to that. Yay. That will trigger everything and everything will be fine. I don't think, yeah, the wall's going to be alright. Right, okay, so of course, we have an issue here which I did not think about. So let's stop that, remove those and put in 2 conveyors with grabbers. You are to grab leather and you are to grab wool, because obviously the wool can't get out because the whole belt was full of leather. And you are getting everything you need, but you're not getting any shirts. And you are not getting any shirts because we are lacking cloth. I really want to put in a little block there that says if you're an empty cart, go down. That wouldn't work because then coal. Oh, yeah, we would still get coal because we'd have the empty carts to come here. Just coal would be a little starved on that one. The only drawback to that is obviously if we have 2 carts together, it might cause some carts with stuff in to go down. So, not sure that's worth it because I'm getting a few empty carts come along and then go up. I'm not sure why they're empty. But then that's how the system works, I suppose. It's all, if there's no demand, it will slow down. Right now there is demand for animal feed again, and a demand for cloth, but we don't have any cloth. I know I've got 1 cart going around somewhere that's only allowed to carry bread. I think I might want to find him and filter him out. Very difficult to track them when they're all moving. You are set to only carry flour. So you went up there and didn't pick up any flour. Oh yeah, because you're... Right, let's set you to none. So you can add back to the main system. 'Cause I did that to find out whether he would not come down on this line here with empty cart, but he does, so. I still need a way to counter these so that I only have, say, 5 carts come in for animal feed. I suppose I could just put 5 carts on there in a row and just let it go. That seems like not a bad idea, but actually that does kind of seem like a good idea, I think, because then it would help everything flow better. I think I've got more than 5 carts on here at the moment, but no more carts can be added to the system at the moment. They can only be taken away. We will take a couple away until I've only got as many as I want there, and then turn off that. And that's how one can become a closed loop. Yay. Yeah, I think the efficiency of this is definitely going down because of these long runs here. Really not sure how to fix that. At least not easily. But the system is working. The system is going around. It is doing bits and pieces. You are dropping milk. It's just I'm seeing loads of carts do things down here, but not very many do things up here. So my demand for animal feed is really, really high. I think animal feed might actually have to be direct from the farms, rather than the way I've got it going at the moment, because I think this isn't supplying enough. Or in fact, more importantly, we aren't getting enough animal feed. Yeah, these, not that they're not producing enough, it's that this isn't. Let's put more workers in here, shall we? Because clearly, yeah, we are struggling to make enough animal feed to keep up demand. Which is not really surprising. We only have 3 fields, well, we have 6 farms producing, going down and dropping off, so may just mean we need more rail carts. Quite like it. A minecart does not require a worker, which is really quite lucky, to be honest with you. But I did not actually realise that. They don't require workers, so I can put down as many of them as I like. Not worry about it. Okay. Well, in that case, let we put down some more. Can't afford. We have no more wheels. Oh, that's going to cause... Yep. Oh, no. That worked. Okay. Okay, so you've got loads of cloth. Right, okay. There's loads of cloth going into this in there. Yeah, we have no more wheels, so that's something else we're gonna have to look at to building. Maybe we could build a little. This I need to redo anyway. Okay, that was something I remember saying quite a few episodes ago. Do the mines actually use their resources? And the answer to that would be yes. Because you've used up all the stone that was around here. Okay. I suppose it's time to move that mine. Because we need it over here anyway, I think. I think where we would need it though. I mean, you don't even have a recipe because I don't actually think these are a thing anymore. I don't think mana bricks. Oh no, they're produced by a mana forge, not an enchanter. You can produce mana brick, which uses stone brick. I'm not sure where we got our stone brick from. Okay. So we do require stone brick here and other bits and pieces. So yeah, I think we can put it down here. But I think I'm going to leave that for the next episode and leave this one here. I'm quite happy with this. I think this is kind of working. We still haven't produced any cloaks yet because we're still waiting for shirts, because we're still waiting for cloth, because that stored all the cloth. And it's still stealing all the cloth. Our food is using a lot of cloth. This is the thing. We need to obviously probably just keep adding minecarts to the system and have lots and lots and lots and lots of them going around at once. Doing things. So yeah, how many have we got on that central ring? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6. We got 6 on the central ring, so we're gonna go with 6. There we go. Okay. Six on the central ring. That's all good. We've got to be there. Everything's there. Okay. Yeah. So, I think we shall leave that here. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.